Hello everyone. Well, that really good word. I hope everyone's okay. Basically what I'm doing is I'm going to be talking about disability awareness. Because I've got a page which I'm also going to probably do because right now I've got a page which is all about disability awareness, because I'm hoping to one day be able to go into certain schools and colleges and speak about disability awareness, because it's so important, especially at the moment, and to also teach younger generation as well as the teachers and staff. Because the thing is, right, is if I went to a teacher which doesn't specify in disability awareness, like for instance, like I did with my other teacher, he was like saying like he wouldn't be able to do it because he don't know disabilities that well, because he's not very qualified in that way. And I've got experience with it. Like, we all have certain disabilities, if it's hidden or physical, or both. You may be born with it, you may have it later in life. We never know, trust me. I've noticed that. And I can explain that I have both types of disabilities, hidden and physical. And that is the thing. It is so because I've got I've got a very eye opener with that one, really, because I have asthma. I've also got cerebral palsy, and I've also got brain damage. Okay, but I don't let that stop me. I do all of the stuff like every like anyone would do. If they can do it, they will do it. And the thing is, right, is thinking positive instead of going like, I can't do it and I'm gonna give up. That's not a great mindset. And I mean, I've been like that before, but then thinking about it, it's always a good idea to think that you can achieve it. Then because the thing is, right, you may not achieve it straight away, obviously, but if you can give it a good shot at it, then it's the best way. And for instance, like, I mean, this is talking about certain things which has happened in my life already, that before I couldn't cycle, I couldn't ride a two-wheel bike. But now I can do that, and I can do so many things that if I put my mind to it. Obviously I can't swim, full stop, I can give you that. I have tried so many times, I just don't like the smell of it, and I can't stand the chlorine and stuff. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that if you give it your best shot, then that is the main thing you can do. And it is just so important to get it out there that it doesn't matter if people try and put you down and to try and stop you in your ways, to try and help each other out. And basically, if people are going to be like that, then you don't need them in your life, because they're not worth the energy, they're not worth the hassle. They're bad vibes for a start, and also there's no point in having that negativity in your life, because what is that going to do? It's going to put you down and put the other people down as well. So looking in a positive way is that just be kind to each other. And that's, I mean, right, especially now, I mean, with what the government and stuff going on, not going into so much detail with that, but it's just, we all have things we all worry about, and day-to-day life, we cope in all different ways. And the thing is, right, is that we need to work together. We're sort of like a team in a certain extent, right? It's just smile. Literally just smile, and obviously it would make someone's day, just putting a smile out there and being kind for everyone you meet, and that is the way to be. But also just speaking about problems, because it is so important to get it out there. Because the thing is, right, is that we all have all of us have all kinds of problems in our life. No one have the same problems. No one can cope in all the same way. We all cope in different ways. We all work. It's just that what I'm trying to get at is that it's so... I find it very fascinating how people can do certain things. Like, I mean, there's Olympics. Like, I mean, there's so many people in the Olympics and in certain tournaments and stuff like that. And it doesn't matter if they've got a static leg, if they've got cerebral palsy, brain damage, dyslexia, dyspraxia, autism. There's so many people out there which really there's so many people. Sorry, I'm going so fast. But when I've got something in my head, I need to get it out. And it's just that there's so many things, there's so many people, amazing people, and I'm not being belittling them or nothing like that. I'm being deadly serious that there's so many beautiful, amazing people, and it's not the... Right, what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to show you something, right? I'm going to see if I can stand you up somehow. Right, a lot of people see me like this, right? When they see me like this, from the outside, right? They never look inside here, obviously, because they would need scans, they would need a lot of other stuff. But the point I'm trying to make is that it's not what's on the outside that counts, it's what's on the inside. And to be honest with you, is that it'd be weird if we were, and I air quote because I don't believe it at all, normal or perfect, because it doesn't exist. It literally doesn't exist in majority of people's books. It certainly don't acknowledge in my book. And to be honest with you, is that we are who we are, and on top of that, is that we're not the same. We all cope in different ways. It doesn't matter if you've got the same disability as the other person. We struggle in different ways. I mean, I've got a friend which has the exact same problem as me. The exact same disability as me. And it's just fascinating how he copes day-to-day life and I cope day-to-day life, but I do it differently than he does. And I find that really fascinating. But, yeah. And that is the thing, right, is that we put our mind to it, okay? And the thing is, right, I've been working on this for so long, and it's trying to make awareness out there for teachers, staff, children, adults, carers, parents, you name it, whoever, all generation, really. Just to make awareness out there, because there's so many disabilities out there. There's dyslexia, autism, dyspraxia, there's so many, cerebral palsy, brain damage, tics, Tourette's. There's so many, there's a whole list of them, I can tell. But the point I'm trying to make is that a disability doesn't define you for who you are. It doesn't matter if you have both disability, if you've got hidden and physical, or just hidden or physical, or both. It literally doesn't make any difference. The point I'm trying to make is it's what's inside that counts. The kind heart, the polite, caring, funny, sarcastic, which is always not... I mean, some people like it, some people don't, but I'm sorry to come across sarcastic sometimes, but we're not on here, but sometimes if people know me really well. But the point I'm trying to make is that you always get people be silly to you and stuff like that. And you always have people trying to put you down. And the thing is, right, is that a lot of people I've known don't let that get to them, because it literally, it sounds like it gets them, but then they rise above it and they actually focus on the positives, and they focus on they can achieve it, and they don't give up, because no one should. And what I'm trying to say, right, is that there's so many things that you can put in the way. You can put a barrier in the way of trying to achieve something, right? We all can do that. I can. But the thing is, right, is what is the point? If you want to achieve it really badly, then you would. And the thing is, right, is that that's also why I'm going further education for, because as I've got an EHCP plan, which is an education healthcare plan. It's sort of like a care plan for people with disabilities. But what I'm trying to get out there is some recognition, and to be recognised that I may have these disabilities, but what does that make? That doesn't make any difference. I'm a human being. So, like, everyone has have rights. Everyone has feelings. Everyone has a point of being on Earth. And that, sorry, it makes you unique. And that is right. Amen, Turner, Gail. Thank you, Emily. And yeah, that is right. And we're all unique in our own way. We're born to be awesome, not perfect. And that is actually a saying, but I can't remember who said it, because I've heard so many sayings in my head recently. And the thing is, right, is that people will say, because I've had people come up to me saying, oh, so what's happened to your hand? Right, some people don't want to talk about it, which is fair enough, it's up to them. But with me, I don't mind, because I'm trying to spread awareness, and that's why I do disability awareness, and that's why the emphasis on understanding about disabilities. And if you want to click on the bio, you'll be able to click on a link, and that will take you to a Facebook page, and then you can follow us and keep up to date with all of the activities we do and stuff like that. And hopefully be able to acknowledge certain things because I used to do meetings on Facebook as well and stuff like that. And it's just to make it so it's less complicated for other people to have to explain. Where if people want to explain, then that's up to them. But I'm fine to explain, because I have asthma, which a lot of people do know about, and because I've said it quite a few thousand times. But I've also got brain damage, and that was when I was born, and also that's including with cerebral palsy, because the oxygen supply got cut off, and that's why I had a stroke in my mum's womb, and that's why the emphasis on cerebral palsy on my side, on my right side. But the thing is, right, is that this is not any pity or anything like that. It's to spread awareness that it doesn't define you for who you are. And that is basically, it doesn't matter if you have all kinds of different disabilities, but the main part is to focus on positives, not the negatives. And some negatives can be turned into positives and vice versa. It's just the way you process it and the way you connect with it, really, because we all can do things in all different ways. I certainly can. A lot of people know me very well that I can cycle because I've got a cycling jacket on and stuff like that. I've even got cycling shorts, but I'm not going to show the cycling shorts, because why I'm not going to is because last time I'd done that, because I stood out, I got banned. But yeah. Anyway, moving on, which was a bit annoying. Yeah, I'm going to... Sorry. But if you could share the share the love and also share the live and stuff like that, that is much appreciated. And gifts are always welcome, but if you can, it's up to you. I don't mind, but I just wanted to make awareness because it's so important to me, and it's kind of my passion to make it aware out there. And obviously a lot of people know from before that I was in a special needs school, so I've seen quite a few things in my time with that. And to be honest with you, it's certainly, I always find it educational to find out a lot of other things about it. And sorry, my phone just decided to drop. Hold on 1 second, I'll go back to my computer. But the thing is, right, is that I have been BU, dude, we're all different. Yeah, thank you, Steph, and that is correct, we're all different. Yeah, I agree. And that is the thing, right, is that it doesn't matter, literally. And I mean, I know this is a weird way of looking at certain things, but if a lot of people know Ted in the film, right, he was, metaphorically, he was this, for instance, this is, for instance, emphasis on Ted, right? He was classed, I know this is, I know it's not real, but it's the way it was approached. But the thing is, what I'm trying to get at is he was classed as an item at first. But then he was classed, in the end, he has feelings and stuff like that. I know it wasn't, just joined my son. Oh yeah, right, okay, I'll be 1 second for that one. But my point I'm trying to make is that he was classed as an item at first, and then he's classed as a human being because he had feelings and stuff. But we're not, and that, I mean, that was quite, I mean, it made quite an impression on me, really, because it puzzled me. But moving on to the question of PIP. Let's go on Pip. Pip. Yeah, right. Just joined. My son goes, special needs. So my story is, right, is I'm spreading awareness out there, and I'm trying to make teachers and staff and all generations to understand all certain types of disabilities. If it's hidden or physical, and to kind of focus on the positives and to teach people different ways of different strategies to cope with it, and also to go in so much detail with it. Thank you. That's fine. And I mean, I can relate to that because there's a lot of people which, I mean, I've watched TikTok quite a bit, okay? And I have got this person which, on TikTok, she has tics, right? And also another person which has Tourette's, which are very different in a certain extent. But what I'm trying to get at is that she's very, she finds it very uncomfortable when people say that she's lying, which is not, she is not, as you can tell. Hello. But yeah, basically, it's just finding that, because you don't know, no one knows what's going on inside people's heads. In some cases, it's not a good idea. But, and the thing is, right, is that I don't want anyone to pity people because it's just disgusting. I mean, there's so many people which have all kinds of different disabilities and they get pitied just because of that, just because of their disability, which is not right at all. It's just disgusting in a lot of ways. And there's so many people, right, which are blind as well. And I've got friends which are blind, right? And they are incredible. They play the keyboard, they play the piano, they play they play so many things and they do so many things like everyone else. Okay, and there was this person which played the it was a piano, which was on Gogglebox. And the thing is, right, is she was fantastic. She was incredible. The speed, the tune of the songs, she got it right. And that's the thing, right, is people underestimate people a lot. I get underestimated all the blinking time. And it's more frustrating that people just don't know how it affects people mentally and physically. Okay? And I've learned from experience because I have been always there for people. I've made sure they're alright, and I've just been brought up to be supporting everyone as much as I can and stuff. You're right, so right. We are all unique. Yeah, and that is so right. And that is the thing, right? And that is what I'm trying to make awareness of, because it's just trying to get them to realise that we're all human beings. We all live our own life. We all cope in different ways. We focus on the positives. I mean, some people focus on the negatives. Not all people. Some people do, and some people focus on both. It depends on the person, obviously. But, I mean, with me, I focus on... I certainly give a good shot with a lot of things. I always focus on the positives with that. I always give it a really good thingy with it. Because, I mean, I love software. I love technology with... If it's ICT, like anything with computers, like with software, I'm fantastic with. I've been told that. And I always enjoy it. I love doing things. I want to keep carrying on with it, which I have been going forward with it. And what I mean by that is that there's level 1 ICT, there's level 2, there's level 3, there's so many things out there. You can get masters, you can get... I mean, it's incredible. And in my name at the moment, right, because I was at a previous college, I've got 23 qualifications in my name. And I've worked so hard to get that because I have been so fixated on education and getting the qualifications and stuff like that. And the thing is, right, on top of that, in the qualifications, I got 2 distinctions. And one which is sports level 1. And also on top of that, I got performing arts. And I got 2, so they were the 2 distinctions. Which, if people don't know distinctions, they are the highest mark you can get in that course. So you can't get any higher than that. You always go... So basically, at first, I was part-time in 2 parts. So I was going part-time in a special needs school and a part-time in primary school at first. And then what we did, because I was getting bullied there, and I used to be prone to seizures. So the ones where they shake and stare at the wall and stuff like that. And so my mum and dad told them that we're not... Because no parent, if they've got a good conscience and they're brilliant with that, they would take that child out of school. And they did. They took me out of the school. I'm sorry about that. That's fine. But the thing is, right, is that I'm much better with a special needs school. I mean, it really allocated certain things. I coped in a lot of ways. I mean, I had a lot of stuff going for me, which I still do. And the amazing part about it is that I done so many things. Like I went to Lord Taverners, which is London, to do a table cricket tournament. And the thing is, right, is that we were in the quarterfinals. We were high up with that, and it was good. All of my friends achieved a lot of stuff. We had a hotel. We had twice we had to go because. But my point I'm trying to make is that we all have our situations. If it's certain things, certain people, and some people put you down because they don't know how to respond to a certain disability, or they don't know it, or they don't understand it in a certain extent. And that is where people have that kind of barrier, where if they don't know it, they will, sadly, not always the case, but some people bully that person because they don't know or don't understand it. I've done a lot of research and learned from experience. And that is what they pick on. And that is the problem where it really annoyed me that people do that. So that is why I wanted to make a change. And obviously I'm not going to change people's minds straight away, and I may not even do that much well with that. But the point I'm trying to make is that at least I'm trying to do something. That is the thing. Because I'm not going to sit here trying to do things that... Because obviously I love speaking about disabilities. It's part of what I do. And I just love talking about it and getting the word out there. Because I've had my fair share of people that have been so, even professionals and teachers, staff, carers, you name it. I've heard a lot of people talk about certain things, and it kind of annoyed me so much that people just really think that I've had people belittle me just because I can't do certain things. Do you have any diagnosis? So yeah, I have cerebral palsy. So what I will show you, right? I will show you what I can do. Okay, is certain things I will struggle with, like anyone else. Okay, we all have our struggles in life, but we all have different ways of coping with it. Okay, so this inhaler I have to take twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. Yeah, and that's the thing. You can have mild, you can have quite a high one on that one. Hello, Fallon. How are you? And also so basically this inhaler is a steroid one, because I had to be on a stronger one. But with this one, I have to take this, and it's a chamber. So with this inhaler, the chamber is to prevent it from hurting your throat, as well as it spreads out the chemicals and gets a lot down your throat, which is very good, especially when you need it. And with me, I will add someone. Let me see. I will add that person in a minute. I'll add you in a minute. I also take carbazistine. Okay, and carbazistine, what that does is it miles the phlegm. Sorry if anyone's eating in advance, but it struggles. So it clears the phlegm to a certain extent, where it will relax the muscles and go down better. I've worked out. I could be wrong, but with these vitamins I have to take because I just Anyway, moving on. That some things I have worked out is that I can't put on I can put on weight to a certain extent, right? Is that I put on weight, but I'm always active and don't feed my body that well. Thank you. Right, okay. I will get to you in a second. But what I'm trying to say is that I have recently been, since I've been asthmatic and since all the time I've had cerebral palsy all my life, because you have it at a young age, you can't get rid of it. You can have Botox, but I've had a consultant on that one, I think it was, and he said basically you could have Botox, but I mean, some people, which is quite an unusual thing to say, really, but I've had friends which have Botox in his legs, but with me, I would have to have it in my arm and my leg. But the thing is, right, it would be extremely strange how you can have it in your face as well, but with my concern, and he said basically you could be paralyzed up to the neck. And I said, no, because I'm not going to go through all that and be paralyzed up to the neck when I can do things that people can't. Some people can't do things I can, and things that people can do, I can do differently, vice versa. But the thing is, right, is that it doesn't define you for who you are. And I'm going to invite this guest and find out more information, and it'll be nice to have someone in the box. Okay. And for some reason I didn't go for it. Okay. Oh, it's connecting. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give that a few minutes. I don't know what it's doing. Right, I'm going to, yeah. Hold on. Right, connected. What is going on with TikTok today? Thank you for the likes, Fallon. I nearly called you imposter. Because it says it on the thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to redo it, and I'm going to, if you come off that part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try and disconnect it for a second. What I'm going to see is if I can add the boxes on and see if I can do it like that, because for some reason it's playing up. I wanted this person wanted to be invited. Thanks for the likes, Jess. But I'm going to see why this is playing up. Just a second. There we are. There's one way to do it. Right. If we do that, let's see if we invite her. That may work. There we are. It's a bit better.
Hello. Hold on, let me.
Hi there. Hi, we finally got connected.
Finally.
Yeah.
I had brain surgery when I was a little kid, and when I was 8 years old, it affected my hand.
Yeah.
And I can't open them. You know, like I can feel it, you know, and everything, but I can't open my hand or do nothing. And my leg, my toes can't move. My foot can't, you know, go up and down or anything. You know, it's like kind of similar to yours, but in different ways and everything. You know, because I had 2 tumors in my brain that affected this hand and leg and everything. And it was when I was 8 years old they found out that, because my hand started shaking and everything. And but I'm blessed, you know, that I can do everything, you know, that I can do stuff.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right, is that it's just finding the positive out of it all. Because, I mean, we all can be negative about it, but then what is the point? It's not going to achieve anything from it. And there's always a way of coping with things nowadays, because there's a lot of other things in the world which have got even worse and stuff like that. But
some people don't have hands, you know. They they have to use their feet, you know?
Yes.
It and it amazes me. It amazes me, you know, because some people have a kid and they use their feet and everything, and I'm just like, wow, you know?
Yeah. People get underestimated, and it's just it's terrible where people get belittled just because of their disability or how they cope day to day life, which is disgusting. We should
Yeah.
be connected, like we're sort of like we're sort of like a massive family, but it's just
Right.
connecting with everyone and just being there for each other and not belittling people, because it just doesn't, it make you seem not, it makes people seem very, well, it's disrespectful for a start, and
Yeah.
it's just wrong. But yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
some people don't know, you know, that they get the disability for nothing, you know, like they just, you know, try to, you know, fake it or anything or something, you know. Like some people don't know what, you know, what they've been through
yeah,
and everything, you know.
that's the thing. Yeah, that's the interesting part about it. That, I mean, I find it really, I can't I can't figure out a word for just, it's just disloyal and just completely messed up if people fake about a disability, because no
Right.
one obviously is going to have, we all have all kinds of different disabilities if it's hidden or physical, but
Yeah.
that if people fake about it, it really, it does trigger me. It really annoys me the most. And
Right. Right.
like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it certainly, hmm.
Can you do stuff with your hand?
Yeah, I can do quite a lot of stuff with it. I mean, I can hold stuff for a certain time before it
Um,
drops. But it's certainly, the thing is, right, is that I don't know if this is a saying or it's just in my head, but yeah, it's not what you can't do, it's what you can do. That's what a lot of
right.
people do say, and I certainly believe that a lot, because it's certainly positive. Not, it's certainly a positive way of looking at it. Because the thing is, right, is that you can always do things all in different ways. I mean, I've got a friend which has his own, like, his stump of the hand, so he doesn't have
Hmm.
like the fingers or anything like that. And
Yeah.
he drives a van. He drives a van
Right.
and stuff like that. And there's so many
But
people which drive with,
my
yeah,
my my hands can't, like this hand. It can't open. It can't do that. It just, you know,
yeah,
like I don't know, but in the night times it opens. You know, in the night times, I don't know
mm,
what's that called. It opens, but I can't. You know, I don't know what that's called. You know, when your hand just opens at nighttime, like flat.
yeah. I mean, mine does that as well. But
Yeah.
it's certainly with me, I get pins and needles in that arm sometimes, and also I've had, due to what I've got as well, cerebral palsy, I have kind of spasms. So it's like with the foot, my foot I can't get the toes to lift up. And also with the
Mine.
spasms, it literally, my feet curve in a bit and it's extremely painful.
Oh,
And it's like the muscles are so like, it's hard to explain, but it's like it's been stuck together, like
I
it's really
understand.
solid. And when it's like that, it is painful as hell. But
Like, do you gotta have therapy? You know,
yeah,
therapy with
yeah, I
I'm
used to
supposed,
have a leg splint for it, but I'm meant to
I'm
be a good
supposed
boy.
to I'm supposed to have therapy, but you know, it I just haven't had the chance, I'm trying to get myself together, and everything, and I need therapy on my hand really bad and everything, or a brace or something. I'm supposed to be wearing a brace on my leg too because I never know when I'm gonna fall.
Yeah,
See,
that's my job as well.
see up here where I got the thing cut open?
Yep, yep,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it just, you know, sometimes I'm just like, it doesn't bother me, but it's just, sometimes I wish I had two arms, two arms that, like this one. This one can do, you know,
yeah, yeah,
thing. But some people say, don't do it like I don't like people doing stuff for me. I like to
yeah,
do it on my own. I like to show people that I can do it.
yeah. Same
But
here.
but but with one arm, sometimes you need help because I only have one good arm, and if I mess this arm up, you never know what's going to happen. So,
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I mean, I'm sorry if anyone's religious on here. I'm not religious, but I believe that certain things happen for a reason.
yeah.
And in my case, I was blessed with cerebral palsy and brain damage, which was also they're both connected in my
Yeah.
case, and also asthma, but that wasn't connected. That was later in life, which was delightful, really. But yes, certainly blessed with that.
Yeah. He put us on earth for a reason.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but I mean, we can be fortunate about having all kinds of things. And the thing is, right, is that innocent people, sorry to say, but innocent
All
people
right.
pass away because of their disabilities, and some people don't even make it before birth because of their disabilities. I mean, there's so many disabilities, like conjoined twins, for instance, because I'm a
Yeah.
twin as well, but I'm not conjoined, obviously. But
Yeah.
um,
Like like
yeah,
they had to take my tumor and
mhm.
for the scientists to look at and everything, and they haven't figured it out yet. And I'm 21 now. I'm 21, and I was 8 years old. They haven't even figured it out yet. What made it?
Yeah,
So they're thinking a mom, like my dad was old and my mom was young, and they're thinking because of that, that's that's why. But they don't know yet.
no, it's speculation, really. But that's the thing. I
Yeah.
mean, it's quite fascinating how it doesn't matter if you're a professional or not. You can always teach the professional about their own job, which is quite
All
interesting
right.
because I mean, my dad, he's got terminal neuralgia. It's in the face where
Mhm.
it's the face muscles, and it's
Yeah.
where the nose is, where from down here, and well, it's both sides, but it's would be from the ear and then up from the head. So
Right.
where the jaw is. Um, and when he's got attack, he's literally. We actually at first, some of our family, which where we are, we actually thought he was dying because he was literally on the floor, and he was. This was quite a long time ago, but he was really
Yeah.
in so much pain. But he just can't do so many things. He's on 32 tablets a day, which
Um,
which is, I mean, it is quite bad with that. But he, I
well,
mean,
glad he's still alive. My dad, passed away when I was like 3 years old. So,
good.
but my
Mm,
mom's still alive,
yeah,
you know. But It is what it is, you know. But my
Yeah.
mom has this skin condition that her face is red when she gets in the sun and everything, and she has to take something for it and everything.
Because you must be is it allergic to sun? I think it's allergic because there's so many things it could be because it
Call something, but I don't know what it is. It's a long word.
That's the thing with professionals and people which are high up end. They always give professional words, and most people don't understand it, and it could be just so basic.
Like my brain surgery was malignant 9. It was cancer. It was cancer, but you know, malignant 9 is like cancer free. You know, anything on your brain or anything is cancer. So, you know, if if they couldn't get it all out, I would have I would have to go through chemo and radiation and all that if they couldn't get it all out. But
Yeah,
they got it out. So, you know.
that's the main thing, and that's the thing that as they say, you're here to tell the story, which is certainly incredible, and I'm so pleased that you came on here to express it and to tell me about it because we all learn it at different speeds, and
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff I didn't know, and it's always a good way to keep talking to everyone and making sure they know about it, and even the professionals, which I find fascinating. But yeah, um, about different disabilities.
I think I added you. Yeah, I added you. I was just going to tell you about mine too, and you know,
I thought,
yours fascinates me so much too.
yeah, thank you. Yeah,
But
it's just
anyhow,
finding the positive.
yeah. But anyhow, I gotta go. My mom's calling and everything, and it's just,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm fixing supper at 4:20 and everything.
That's okay.
There,
Thank you for
my
joining.
dog
Oh,
and my dog. Daisy, Daisy. Oh, look.
no.
Yeah. But anyhow, I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too, and take care and stay safe. And always message me if you need me. And obviously, in my bio, you'll see a link if you wanted to follow us on Facebook. We've got a Facebook page, and it's like a blog, all about different disabilities, and just to go in so much detail.
If I add you on Facebook or anything, it'll say Judy Ball, and I'll have my
Yeah.
picture on it. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine by me.
Bye.
Take care. Absolutely amazing lady, right? And that is the thing, right? Is that if people want to talk about a disability, I'm so willing to listen and to advise if needed, if they want me to give them some advice, or just be there to just chat. And I mean, it's just phenomenal, and I find it very fascinating how people come on live and talk about different disabilities, which I love doing. I love talking about different disabilities because I find it fascinating, and it gives me education to learn and also to discover different things. Because you never know what's around the corner, as they say, sadly. But it's certainly interesting to find out different ways of coping. And I'm going to invite some of my other friends, and the thing is, right, but if you would like to join, feel free to join. But if any bad vibe or anything like that, I will kick. I'm not afraid to do that, sadly. I want, that's why I don't want to do that, but if people are going to be silly, and then I will block and kick. But this live is only meant for educational and to explain different disabilities, which is the similar way of educational. Thank you for the rose. I'll see if I've got that person, but yeah. But I mean, it's so important just to get it out there. And I mean, I've got quite a lot of history with disabilities, and I know a lot of people with all kinds of different disabilities, if it's hidden or physical or both. And people have a speaking problem which is hidden, and I mean, the one thing I always say, and I done this on when I went on, because I do have a Facebook page, and whoever wants to do like it, feel free to do that, and it's in the bio, the link. But the point I'm trying to make is that I did a video on just giving time to people if they've got speaking problems or stutter or Tourette's or tics. There's so many, all kinds of different disabilities which affects their speech. Just give them a bit of time, a little bit more time if they need it. And that would make it so much better for them, and you'll feel better in yourself as well. And it's just educational, and it's always a good idea to just give people time to explain. Thank you for the follow. Whippy. Thank you for the follow. And that is why, I mean, on the settings you can change it to be certain age, 18 plus. On here I've done it to any age really, within the guidelines, obviously meant to be. But why I've done that is to teach younger generation as well as all generations altogether. I should have just said all generations altogether, but yeah. Anyway, it just means that people can learn and to cope in different ways and just find positive in their life, because we all have kind of positives in our lives. I mean, I'm always looking forward to certain things, and I love education, and I'm going further with my course. I'm going to hopefully get further in with level 2, and hopefully even higher than that. If I can't get, then I'll get a job. But it's just because I've had my fair share of jobs as well. I mean, I had kitchen porter twice. Yeah, kitchen porter twice, and a ICT support help desk. It was a sort of it was to design a website, so it was a web browser and so a website which was able to work with them. Which I mean, I enjoy doing websites and web browsers in my own time. And the thing is, right, is and I think my mum and dad with this, that since I was at a young age, I had a computer. And I have learned quite a lot. I even help my mum and dad if they need help with it. Or any friends, family, whoever needs help with it, I help them because I like helping people. And that's also why I'm doing it as well. But it's mainly about disabilities. And obviously without having, because obviously a lot of people know if they've been here for quite a long time, and much appreciated for whoever for everyone who's joining. I am much appreciated on all of it, and it means a lot that people are taking the time to listen to me ranting on. But it's certainly important and to me, and it's just amazing to see. But I mean, I have an inhaler, which is a steroid, and I take carbazistine, but the carbazistine I take 3 times a day. They normally do twice a day, and then they up it if you need it more. But you don't want to go too much because you end up having no saliva at all. And you'll have more worse, but yeah. But I suffer really badly with phlegm due to cerebral palsy. Because due to cerebral palsy, a lot of people would know this, if they've got people with cerebral palsy, who knows cerebral palsy really well, but even some people don't. And I'm going to explain certain things that the muscle tone in the body, in my body mainly, it is not that great. So I can't bring the phlegm up. I can't just bring it up, bring everything else up. But the thing is, right, is that it doesn't stop me from doing things I want to do. I believe in a lot of things. I also believe in miracles in a certain extent. And in some cases I do, but obviously I'm just always thinking positive in a lot of ways. It's just the way I am, really. I mean, if things are going to just be putting you down, then what? Then, yeah, I don't get it. But my point is that don't let anyone stop you. Never let anyone stop you what you want to do in life. If it's computers, whatever you want to do, if you want to be a chef, if you want to be a carer, there's so many things out there, so many jobs. But the point I'm trying to make is that don't let anything get in your way. Don't. Because you don't want to feel that way, because you can achieve it. And if you can't, then you can't. But at least you gave it your best shot. But the thing is, right, is there's always a way. That's what they say. And it's just finding the strategies, finding the coping mechanisms, finding the way through life. Because life is complicated, like for everyone. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 0 and you can be 1 to 100, or over that even now. But the point I'm trying to make is that it doesn't matter. We all have our own strategies and coping mechanisms. But on top of that, is that before, going way back, and I'd done a lot of research about this, but before, this was quite a long time ago, but ice hockey. Alright, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean, ice hockey is good. And good. That's good to hear. And back in the olden days, you couldn't live up until you've, like, I mean, the line for age, sadly with death, is 30 before. But the thing is, right, is that now you can live up to 100 and something, but it depends on the disabilities and depends on the health conditions and stuff like that. But the best way of looking at it is that you may have not been able to... Sorry. Just heard, got a few things, but the point I'm trying to make is that just don't bother. Just don't let it get to you. Because we can all do things. We all love doing things. We want to do things. We all have motivation in some sense. I mean, I quite enjoy watching Gordon Ramsay swear all the time, but yeah, and that's probably more majority of my ego, but yeah. But I also love cycling when I can. When I'm on a good day, that is. But I also play table tennis. I mean, the thing is, right, is that a lot of people who know me really, really well would know that I love table tennis. I love table cricket, which basically, for some people don't know about table cricket, it is basically cricket on a table, in a way. In a certain extent, it is literally that. It's like table tennis, but you've got fielders and you've got cricket, sort of like a small cricket bat and a ball, which you can have two balls, if metaphorically, which you can curl the ball, but it is certainly skillful, but it's certainly interesting the way things are. And the way I believe that is that, yeah, I mean, I find it fascinating that I play table tennis, right, and majority of the other people at the club are actually 60, 70, 80 odd, right? I've got fast reflexes, but some of them I find it fascinating, but they are amazing as well because they do things that I can't do. I mean, some people can go literally tap the ball slightly and it goes literally just over the net. And I find it very fascinating how it can do that because it really annoys me because I can't get there. But they have a great shot. But you always need to work out. But the point I'm trying to make is that we all have ways of coping. I mean, when I'm annoyed or anything like that, I lock myself in my room and I do game because I've got a gaming PC, so I can play games and drive and all the other stuff. Which right now I'm not driving because you're not meant to drive on when you're doing a lively because you can get stopped by the police. But metaphorically, on it you won't on here obviously, but in real life you will. But yeah, that is basically what I'm trying to say, is that you can do so many things which would make people happy and appreciate that kindness, that thoughtful and meaningful certain things. I mean, I always buy people meaningful things, right? I always love buying things for people, and if it's a special occasion like birthday, Valentine's Day, not Valentine's Day because it depends. If you've got a girlfriend or a boyfriend, then it's good, obviously because but what I'm trying to get at is that I do birthdays, Christmas, Easter, with Easter, but my presents, I've heard people say to me, mainly family members and friends, say that they're meaningful things, which I do try. Because I look around and I do shopping for all kinds of things. Hello, Jake. myself and I. I'm joking. But I just enjoy coping with things and just focusing on it. Because the thing is, right, is that we all do things out of our kindness of our heart. Some people's are deep down, but some people's are not. I'm only joking, but but I'm gonna go right now, if that's okay. But all the best, and if you need me, message me in the bio. You'll have a link which will take you to a Facebook page on the bio. And basically what I'm also going to be doing soon, I don't know, Marcus, I don't know, mate, but basically I'm going to disappear. But if you need me, text me on use the link in the bio, and if you want to follow us, you can do that as well. And hopefully soon, if I can get the funding for it, I'm going to hopefully get some cups made and badges and lanyards and stuff like that designed, and also probably something which would make it a bit awareness out there, like posters. I mean, I can design posters, which I'm planning to promote it a bit more and get it out there that I do it. But I hope everyone has a fantastic evening, morning, afternoon, depending on the different time zones, because that's the incredible part about it. The time zones are completely different in a lot of different countries, but it is certainly fascinating, but scary at the same time as well. Anyway, but all the best. Take care. Bye for now.